lot of college students, university students, and high school, and even middle school coming to the temple to practice meditation and seek for guidance. And so because of our goal, our dream to become someone like a doctor, an engineer, someone that can make a lot of money to pay off our debt maybe, is because of all those goals, all those mindsets. We create all kind of anxiety and stress for you. And of course, it's because we try our best to make an A to achieve our goal. That is why we stress out, right? And sometimes we spend all night long trying to study. We stay up all night long trying to study. And then we couldn't do anything. We couldn't make a better grade either. It's because the more you stay up all night, the more your mind is wandering around and trying to figure out the problem, trying to figure out that school homework and things like that, but you couldn't. Because that mind is asking for you to go to sleep. But you try to stay awake, trying to get through it, trying to figure out all those schoolwork, and that's why it creates stress for you. And for that reason, the more we study, the more we get stressed. Nothing wrong with school. Okay, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with school. But the way of living, but the way of handling schoolwork is wrong. And plus, the most important thing is because we are not mindful. Because of not mindful, we try and try and try. The more we try, the difficulty is for us to stay focused, because we always get sidetracked. Always get sidetracked. When we try to study, your lover is right beside you. Do you know who your lover is? Your cell phone. Your lover is always beside you. And you could not study. It's because your eyes are always catching on that lover. Who's in here study while your lover is right beside you? Don't be shy, right? Raise up your hand. Okay. So how can you stay focused in studying when your lover is right beside you, in front of you, next to that book? How can we stay focused? There's no way, is that right? Because when you try to read that book, and then somehow your lover vibrates, your friends or your boyfriend or girlfriend send you a text message. Now, you're not on those lines and on that book anymore. Now you have to grab your lover. You have to grab your lover because you think that is something important. Even though it's not important, you still grab your lover out from habit. Because of that habit, you always grab it and check. And then when you check, you spend some time with your lover and try to spend some time to answer And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now you're out of time. You're running out of time. How can we stay focused in studying? I really don't know how. Just for that reason alone, was already. Because we tried to memorize it, we couldn't. We tried to solve the problem, we couldn't. Because we are not concentrating. And not just for that. When you go to bed, before you go to bed, you spend a lot of time with your lovers. In bed. That's not it. In the middle of the night, when you wake up, you couldn't sleep with your lover and check your status and everything. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes? All of us? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so sad. And then after that, throughout your day, your lover is always in your pocket, and you always take it out from that pocket to check. Check on every little thing, even that lover is not vibrating or letting you know that there's no message or anything like that, but you still take it out from your pocket, try to check, how come he didn't send me any messages? And then you go online to surf the internet, go on Facebook and YouTube. That's our daily routine. From night until the morning and the rest of our day, we spend so much time using our lovers. So please let me know, how can we stay focused? There's no way. How many hours we spend on that lover? Please let me know how many of us using that lover for 5 hours per day. Alright. Okay, while we only have a couple hours to live underneath, while we only have a couple seconds to survive, we spend a lot of time with that lover already. And that is why we always stress out. That is why our school is always a problem for us. Our education. So in order for us to fix this, we have to liberate our lover for some time during the day and 1 hour before bed. And then after we wake up, we're still not going to touch our lover. And then when you go to the toilet, no lover either. How many of you bring your lover to the toilet and talk? All of you? Yes? Okay, is that a secret place? Yeah? That secret place is for you to go in there and whispering with your lover. But you know it is smell, right? It's smell in there. But we love to be in that toilet to talk. Send a message to our friend, what are you doing? Oh, I am in the toilet. Oh, how coincident, I'm also in the toilet. You keep doing that. And because of unmindful, you drop your lover into that bowl. Now you have to spend more money to get a new lover. Well, if you spend time in that toilet with your lover, how can we stay focused in doing number 1 and number 2? Don't question, don't ask why you get constipation, okay? Because you're not focusing in doing number 1 and number 2. Alright? So, we need to let go of that lover and don't bring that lover into the toilet. We need to change. Really. Without changing that, you spend a lot of time in that toilet. Instead of just a couple minutes to finish it and then get out, no, you spend a lot of minutes in that. But you don't know that many people outside waiting for their turn too. So please don't do that. And you have to love the other people too. They need to use the restroom. Alright? But you need to love yourself more than anyone else. Means you have to stay away from your lover as much as possible. That is one way, the best way to stay focused. It's because of technologies, we depend on it too much, way too much. And we use it the wrong way. That is why they always pull us off track. So to support ourselves, to support us from school, there's no other way except besides practicing mindfulness within our breath. Each and every single one of us have our breath, right? We breathe in and breathe out every single second, right? We still survive, but seem like we already died a long time ago. It's because we never pay attention to our breath. We just breathe and breathe just like a machine. We don't even know our breath is long or short. We just breathe. The habit is that habit of breathing. And now, for us to train ourselves, we have to stay focused within our breath. Every breath going in, you have to know that breath, aware of that breath going in, touching your nostril area. Each and every breath going in, you're aware of that breath going in. The breath going out, aware of that breath going out. But we only add. When we add awareness to it, you will see your monkey mind. Right now, every single second, our mind always fills up with all kinds of thoughts. It's just that we don't have time. We cannot see our thoughts popping up. Now that you let go of everything, try to stay focused within our breath, in and out. Only one thing to do, which is in and out. Now you can see your mind. Your mind, I prefer it as a monkey. Because our mind is popping up one after another with all kinds of thoughts about the past and the future. We live with the past, we chase after the future, but we never stay with this present moment here and now. This present moment here and now is something that we really need and we miss out. So we add awareness to each and every breath going in and out. Within our breath, we don't need to borrow any other objects from outside. Aware of that breath in and out when the thought pop up. Instead, usually when thought pop up, we always follow that thought. We chase after that thought. Now, when we practice mindfulness, when you stay focused here, any thought pop up, you know right away. You can see the thought right away. Then when you see that thought is existing, all we need to do is just observe that thought, acknowledge it as thought silently, come back here with the breathing again. And then breathe in, breathe out, another thought pop up, observe that thought. Acknowledge it as thought, come back here with the breathing again. Just bring your concentration back to this present moment, which is each and every breath. That's all we need to do. We don't need to try to eliminate any thought. Don't do that. Just breathe in and breathe out normally. Don't force our breath. When thought arises, observe it, acknowledge it, come back here. Come back. That's all we need to do. When you hear noise, when you hear sound, any type of noise, any type of sound, acknowledge it's a sound, come back here. Don't ask who, why, what, where. Don't ask, don't follow. Just simply observe that sound, acknowledge that sound, come back here with the breathing again. And now if you have any kind of sensation, any feelings within this body, itchy, numb, pain, just observe that. Put your mind, your concentration on that itchiness. Observe that, acknowledges itchy, or feeling, come back here. Anything happen within this body, feeling, come back here. That's all we need to do. But it's very difficult for us because we don't have this habit. Our habit is to head out, to chase after things. That is how our mind works. We always chase after things outside because of this eye, seeing objects, seeing things, seeing beauty. This ear always wanted to hear something that is sweet voice. This nose always wants to smell something that smell good. And this mouth always wants to taste something that is tasty. And this body always wants to feel something that is sensation with smooth, anything that you like to touch. And all these things are pulling us off track. We attach to a lot of things, material is outside, right? So that is why we train ourselves to come back here with this present moment. So when you see things, you know that those are also impermanent. You don't want to attach to it. And when you hear this sound, it's just sound. We don't need to attach to it. When you observe it, when you acknowledge it, it will vanish by itself. That is how we train ourselves to come back to this present moment. And mindfulness practicing is something that is not just for Buddhists. It's for all beings, for all people. Because we have this breath going in and out with us every single second. We only need to utilize it the right way. Add awareness to it, that's it. If you can do that, your schoolwork will much better. Your work also will turn out great. You can cure anxiety, you can cure depression, just because of this breath. Not just that, if you have any kind of sickness and illness, if you focus here and you do it, if you ignore all that illness within this body, this mind, this body will do its work, its job, to purify it, to fix it by its own. Government officials, schools, prisons, all those places nowadays, they apply mindfulness meditation a lot. I went to prison to teach meditation myself. And I went to school to teach as well. So I wish that all schools will apply meditation, mindfulness meditation. This is the way to support all the students. The more you try to solve the problem, the more you try to study which you cannot figure it out, and the more you try, the stressful you are. You can get done that, you know. But within that moment, when you just take a deep breath and let go of all those schoolwork and everything, just let it go. Take a deep breath. If you could take those deep breaths, you'll change everything. Because when you take a deep breath, it calms you down. Your mind at that time is very stressful and is very active. All you need to do is just take a deep breath, and then you could focus on your breathing. Just for 5-15 minutes. It won't hurt, because when you try to solve the problem, you still could not. So why you have to waste time? You're going to add more stress to yourself. Instead of doing that, just let go of everything. It's not from the machine. So it all depends on us if we know how to utilize our mind, if we know how to solve our problem. But don't let you stress out every single day. School, when we just start, if we stress that way already, what about when we graduate? When we get a job, we'll stress even more. After graduating, you try to find the right job. And if you could not find one, you stress. During the time of looking for a job, you stress. After that, you got a job and the salary is not right, you stress. All those things, if we keep doing that to ourselves, we stress out the whole life. How can we have peace? Peace will never be with us. Peace only begins from within, which is in our heart, in our mind. When we stay calm, when we have loving kindness and compassion, when we know how to breathe in and breathe out silently, when we not react, when there's in any conditions, we be able to stay calm. That is when peace begins. Be with us. And in order for us to have that kind of reaction, we have to practice mindfulness. Without mindfulness, we could not. Ask yourself, you've been living without mindfulness. How's your life? Struggle, suffer, stress, anxiety, and even depression. We create a lot of problems to ourselves. So now, within this year of 2026, if you're coming for this movement, Walk for Peace, I encourage you to apply this mindfulness technique to help your life, to change your life. Students, you need it a lot. You truly need this. Without this, you will continue suffering. Because I've been there and done that, and I have my niece and my nephew, they are the same. And that's why we teach mindfulness. After we practice mindfulness, I promise you, your day will be better. Your life will be better. Your school, your work will be better. Any questions for me?
Hi, thank you for coming. My main question is, since you all are so close to your goal, how do you look back on it now? Since you're about to hit DC, you're about to get to Maryland, how does it feel to be so close to your goal after so long?
To be honest with you, as a Buddhist monk, we live day by day. We try to stay in this present moment most of the time. So tomorrow, to be honest with you, I don't have any plan, I don't have anything for tomorrow. Except tomorrow when times come, I start my walk. Whatever happens, whatever comes within those times when I walk, I just stop it right there. And of course, when I look back, after over 3 months, I reflect myself. And I truly grateful that because of this walk, I'll be able to help our people at some point to raise the awareness of peace to many people. And of course, the more people coming out, I'm happy for it. But at the same time, it makes me sad. It's because there's so much suffering. That is why so much people coming out for this mission. That also makes me sad. If I walk and nobody come out, or just a few, it means that people are living in harmony and unity. They are living in a happy life. They don't need my help. But unfortunately, so much people coming out. Up until now, if I can say, millions of people have come out. And then online as well. So it tells me that we are deeply in struggle. Not just in this country, but around the world. So I'm grateful that I chose this walk for peace and took on this journey. And I will be able to do something for this nation and the people around the world. Thank you.
My question for you is, how do you find like peace throughout difficult times, especially dealing with like loss?
Peace with a condition that is not peace. So if you have a condition, then that will never be peace. In any condition, we still be able to stay calm and relax, no react, but only react with kindness. May you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. That to people and to yourself. As long as you know that peace is something that we have to build it ourselves, have to work it for ourselves. Nobody in this world can bring peace to us. If somebody say that I will bring peace, I will change this world, don't believe in it. It will never happen. And of course, there are people who have died and sacrificed for freedom and peace. But it's only for a portion of people of the world, not the whole world. Our venerable monks and myself been walking for 107 days. And even after this journey, we still cannot change the world to be at peace. But all the people in this world doing the same thing over and over, which is, I already talked about it. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Write that message down every morning. Walk through it. Be mindful with it. Do not multitask ourselves. No expectation. Mindfulness practicing. If we could do that every day and all the people in this world doing the same thing, this world will change completely. That is the power of togetherness. All people together can change, but a portion number of the people in this world could not change this world. So in any condition, anything happens around us, let's say in this audience, if you can keep your mind clear, anything happens around us right now, if you still be able to breathe in and breathe out and stay at that present moment, all those things happening around us will not affect us. Just like us when we walk, there's a lot of people, there are people curse at us. There are people shout at us and yell at us. People step on the gas pedals so that the black smoke cover all of us. How did I react? I react a big time. I look at that person and give them a smile. May you be well, may you be happy and be peaceful. I walk my way, continue. Because I know that that person is suffering. Because of unwisdom, he has done and he has said the thing that he said and done. So I don't need to add more suffering to him because he's already suffering. Right? So we don't need to add any more problem to this world when this world is already having so much problem. We should only add kindness to this world. That is how we change. Because all the beings, all the people in this world been spreading hate, anger, delusion, greedy, all those to the universe for generation after generation. That is why we keep on receiving disasters one after another. We will never stop it if we continue spreading hate and anger to it. Now, imagine if all of us only spread love and kindness and compassion and peace to this universe. It will bounce back, just like the ball. If you throw that ball to that wall, it will bounce back, right? Same thing. Whatever you throw to the universe, it will bounce back to us. So we should only throw loving kindness, compassion, and peace to the world. Don't add any more problem to this society, to this world, because it's more than enough. Always stay calm, patiently, and breathe in and breathe out. Mindfulness is the key. Thank you.
I wanted to ask, how can young people protect their peace in the world of social media pressure and comparison?
How can we protect the peace in this world
Yes, sir.
when
Just like as we go through life, like I know the students here, social media has a big impact in our lives. Most of us compare ourselves with people that look like they're having fun or just doing life freely, but like we're comparing ourselves and that kind of diminish ourselves as well mentally.
okay, so social media nowadays, nothing wrong with it, right? We have the right to use social media, but if we cannot manage our time, then that's something different. If we spend the whole day using social media, that is totally different. But if you only use it when you need, that is different. So it doesn't matter what social media does. It doesn't matter how we use it. Every day, like I mentioned that before you go to bed, you use your phone to shut the internet, social media. When you wake up in the middle of the night, you shut the internet. In the morning, when you wake up, you also use it. And that is how it always pulls us to it. We attach to it already, right? So now what if there's no internet? How are we gonna live? We're gonna call the internet company and shout at them. Why is my internet not working? It's been many hours. Is that right? Because of no internet, we kind of go off our way. We kind of go crazy because we are not having internet to go online, to go to social media. So it all depends on us, and that's why earlier I mentioned, try to avoid as much as possible. Use it when you need it. It's different with when you use it for just to share for fun. And there's a lot of things online that I have to tell you. When we try to spread peace, when we try to spread something that is helpful to the society, that is awesome. We have done such awesome job to support the society. But when we try to promote something that is not useful and that is misleading online, you know why? Because they can make money. That is the way to make money. The more they get attention from many people, go in there and fight and comment back and forth, the more people go in there and fight, they'll get a lot of money up from it, and we become the victims. So if you see anywhere anything that is not useful and is not healthy, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Only promote something that is helpful and useful to us and to the others only. If people talk about anything that is not nice, don't involve. Don't put yourself into it, because the more you put yourself into it, the more you will go out of your way because you cannot control. All those people, they're going to trigger you one after another. We are very easy to be triggered. Very easy, because we are not mindful. So be mindful is the key again. Thank you.
Okay. So this walk for peace has been really inspiring, and I wanted to ask about the recent snowstorm in our area. What is the key to constantly practice your mindfulness from combating the external barriers and conflicts and like continuing to put mind over body every day?
Well, thanks to Virginia that given us 2 or 3 days of snow and ice. These days, to be honest with you, these are the hardest days for us, the weather-wise. Walking in the cold as our venerable monks, we are not used to this cold. And it's freezing, right? There are days that the wind is so strong it blows us almost rolling on the road. But the thing is, why are we still walking? And many people ask us, why are you still walking in that weather? Why can't you just take off a day and then rest? Well, that is so easy just to take off a day to rest. Then we have nothing to talk about. But we are not giving up that easy. We don't want to give up. And myself, I don't have given up in my dictionary. I don't want to have that mindset. And our venerable monks as well, we don't want to give up. Because to walk this far, we encountered a lot of problems already. And like I said, before we take on this journey, we already set aside our life. Ajahn Mahadam, the one with the wheelchair in front that came earlier, late. You know him, right? You heard about his story? He's the one who got into the accident in Houston area, and then now he had his leg amputated. Right? At that moment, when he lay there on the road, I tapped on his shoulder and I asked, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yes, Bhante. Yes, Ajahn." I said, "Breathe." He said, "Yes, I'm breathing." And he stayed focused on his breathing the whole time. When it's really hurt, it's painful. Right? He's not giving up. And then after that, he said to me over the call, I had a Zoom call with him. He said, "Ajahn, I will offer my leg for this walk, please. I'm happy to do so." That is the time when he decided to cut it. And he did. Because of the determination. We're not afraid of anything. So when we walk, of course we have to bundle up with warm clothes. That's all we can do. And then when we encounter with problem with the cold air and cold winds, most of us cough in a lot and we get into a cold. So when we walk in the cold, if we cover our nose and our mouth, we cannot breathe. And when we open it, all those cold air go in and we cough even worse. But we still continue our walk like that. That is also a test for ourselves to see how much we can stand. One day if we lie on the bed, in bed, sick, in critical condition, it's much worse. Imagine if we cannot stand all these feelings right now. How could us when that moment comes? Which is will. That is one way to train ourselves to be strong. And then of course when we walk, we breathing. We do the breathing, mindfulness practicing as well when we walk on each and every step. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Throughout your journey of walking for peace, what is something you have encountered with everybody that you have spoken with?
You know, people come to me with tears. He looked straight to my eye and said, "You saved my life." Not just one, not just two, but many. And I don't know what we did. We only simply just walked. But somehow we gave people hope. They be able to stand up and walk again. They be able to focus on their breathing. To change that mindset of committed suicide. Those stood out to me a lot. And of course I see a lot of children coming out. They learn how to offer, they learn how to pay respect to the venerable monks. And they are our future generations. Who knows, they could be the peacemaker later on. And that is how we train our kids. And all those images always in my head. So I always say that probably this walk for peace going to stay with me for the rest of my life. will never forget these moments. It's so special. And I get to connect with a lot of people, which we already have the connection in the past. That's why this lifetime, when we take on this journey, we'll be able to meet again. There's a connection between all of us. And so all of those moments is always popping up in my head. A lot of the time. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for coming to our campus. I was wondering, from a leadership standpoint, what the greatest lesson that you've learned along this walk has been.
Leadership. Nothing good about leadership. When you walk in front. You have all the coal. You take all the coal and all the wind. And then when I'm sorry, you can speak up. And when I walk in front, I take all the wind and all the coal, right? And then when we go to eat, I'm the last person who go to eat to get food. But when those receiving the food, I'm the first person who goes receiving the food for the animal one to go take their food. And then I'll get the food last. And a lot of things, you have to sacrifice a lot of things. And you have to carry the whole team, not just the venerable monks. We are very easy because we have our own rules and regulations, and all monks are having the same rules and regulations. So we could live with each other very easily. But not just the venerable monks alone. We have the whole team of volunteers out there, right? And a lot of things to deal with. Constantly thinking and constantly have to find a way to resolve the problem, to solve the problem and things like that. A lot of things. And of course, I do have a lot of duties, so I don't sleep a lot too. And so being a leadership, you have to have a big responsibility. And you have to have a big sacrifice. I'm not talking about me, but that is the leadership standpoint. But for me, I just consider myself as just the one who lead the team. And of course, I have to protect everyone because I can't live with this. So I have to protect every single one who comes with us, who walks with us. And that's why I ask people not to walk with us. It's very dangerous out there if you don't know. When I walk in front, my head is all everywhere, especially the back, because I don't know what's going to be happening at the back. Just like Ajahn Mahadam, he walked at the back, the very back. That is why he got that. And by the time when I realized and I had that thought, something's going to happen, I was about to stop. Just with that thought pop up, the truck hit right away. So when we encounter into that problem, to that incident, it's very difficult feelings, it's very hard feelings for a leader. And of course we have to learn how to manage our emotions and our feelings. That is what we are capable of, the venerable monks, managing our emotions and feelings. I hope I answered your question. Okay, one last question.
With mental turmoil and inner conflict at the center of our lives, how can we use finding solace and silence as a tool in order to combat these poisonous thoughts in times where they may seem overpowering?
Can you repeat that, please?
So, with mental turmoil and inner conflict being at the center of our lives at a time like now, how can we use finding solace and silence as a way to combat these overpowering thoughts?
Well, because our mind is constantly thinking and thinking and thinking, okay? And I always prefer this as a mindfulness technique. If we are not mindful with our thoughts, we are not mindful with our thinking, then we just gonna be the victim of it. We cannot overcome anything. It's because we are not mindful, that's why all those thinkings are overcome and then overwhelmed. All those thinking are overwhelmed us. And we could not find a way out. If you are mindful enough, you see those thoughts, you see that thinking is popping up, and you know that thinking is not helpful. You know that it's not the present moment. You will stay with the present moment, which is right now and here, with your breath, or take a deep breath. Then that overthinking is not going to take over you. It's because we let those thoughts rising and live with us. That is why we cannot move on, move forward. Every day we are overwhelmed with thoughts. But I will always say, when our mind is free, nothing to do, we tend to pick up all the trash to chew it over and over. What are the trash? Trash are those old habits, bad habits, unhappy things, undesirable things. All those sufferings in our head, all those thoughts, all those past and the future, those I call trash. Because they are not helpful, they are not usable. And when we are free, when our mind is free, nothing to do, it will pick up all those trash to think it over and over. That is when you feel overwhelmed with thoughts. But if you are mindful enough to know when your mind is empty, when your mind is free, you should give your mind a job to do. Get a paper and a pen out. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Write that down and practice it. Or do the breathing. Instead of leaving your mind empty and nothing to do, it will pick up all the tasks. That is the nature of the mind. Many times, we always picking up the trash to chew. But all those good things that we have in life, it tends to forget. We don't want to think about it. Only think about the bad things, the suffering things, the sadness things. Unfortunately, our mind is like that. Because we already built that habit for us. Now we need to change ourselves. Whenever bad thing can pop up, see it right away, it will manage by itself. Just one thought. You could lead yourself to become a better person. With one thought, it could lead yourself to commit suicide. If we are not clever by withholding the knife, we could slice our fingers and our skin off. Right? The knife is very sharp. But this knife is super sharp. With just wrong view and wrong thinking, we could damage everything. With right view and right thinking, you could help a lot of people in here. So be clever on controlling, managing all those feelings. That is the way to overcome all those overthinking. Don't let those to take over yourself. Okay? Alright, I think that is enough for us tonight. And I wish you all be well, be happy, and be peaceful. And please take my advice. Practice mindfulness so that we can find happiness and peace to ourselves, for ourselves. And when you go home or when you walk back to your home, please be mindful. Then each and every step counts. Thank you very much. And before we give you the blessing string, the peace bracelet, so that every time when you look at it, it reminds you that we need to be mindful. And Cynthia, do we have to list this one? Okay. Alright, Hello, sir, please come to the front and then we can hand it out.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go down one side and then in front. And then out.